Hey guys, welcome back to day 6 of my 7-day dog care challenge. And day 6 of the challenge, we're going to be talking about something you absolutely have to remove from your dog's life. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing some factors that contribute to this thing that we need to remove from our dog's life. I'm going to offer some insights for you to be able to identify when your dog is experiencing this thing that we got to get rid of. And obviously, I'm going to offer some solutions on how you can eradicate this from your dog's life forever. Okay, I know, I get it. You're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, right? All right, I won't make you wait anymore. We need to remove stress from our dog's life. Before I jump into signs of stress, causes of stress, and solutions going forward, I did want to point one thing out. In this video, when I talk about stress, I'm not talking about stressful experiences that occur when you're out on a walk with your dog, or maybe a stressful social situation, or uncontrollable environmental triggers when you're out and about with your dog. That's not what I'm talking about here. For stress like that, it's okay to expose our dogs to that. It's part of training and socialization and behavior modification, and we do need to deal with those types of stresses. In this video, I'm talking about stresses primarily in the home environment. So how can we identify if our dog is stressed or not? As usual, this is a partial list. Obviously, you could always do an internet search and come up with other factors that may help us identify if our dog is stressed. Any acute or sudden changes in your dog's behavior, that could be a sign that your dog is stressed. If you notice your dog is starting to pace or shake or act in a very weird or fearful manner on a consistent basis, that could be a sign your dog is stressed. Excessive whining and barking or yawning or licking and even excessive drooling are also other signs your dog may be stressed. Changes in physical condition, maybe something with the eyes, the ears, excessive shedding. Maybe your dog's body posture is unusual. And even changes in bodily functions. These are all potential signs of stress. Does your dog act differently when someone walks into the room? That person could be a trigger of stress for your dog. And yes, loud noises and trucks and buses and all those kind of things, which we really have no control over. Again, we're going to focus here on things we have control over. So what are some of the causes of stress in dogs? The easy one is your dog's basic needs are not being met. Well, here we are on day 6 of my 7-day dog care challenge, so hopefully we're addressing that if it's an issue. How about a change of environment or residence? Have you moved or recently moved, or are you in the process of moving and packing up boxes and there's a lot of stuff going on? Our dogs sense those changes in energy in us because although it could be exciting to move or to change residence, it can also be stressful. So we want to try and make those moments as matter of fact as possible to try to minimize the amount of stress in our dogs' lives. Excess solitude. Hey, listen, everybody works, I get it. Sometimes, we have no choice but to be away from the house for 8 to 10 hours a day, sometimes 12 hours a day. Excess solitude can certainly cause stress in your dog's life. Dogs are social mammals, right? They need to be part of a family unit. And whether you call it a family unit or a pack, I don't care. Dogs are social mammals. They need to be with. So that could be a cause of stress, and you may or may not be able to do anything about that because of your work schedule. And you may not want to add another dog to your lifestyle. But hiring a dog walker, having a family member come over during the day, to break up the monotony and loneliness of your dog's day, that could certainly be a solution. How about intense human relationships or conflict in the household? I know this is a touchy subject and this could be really hard to address, but are you fighting with your significant other all the time? Are you constantly screaming and yelling at your children? Are your children just absolutely crazy? The family dynamic between humans can absolutely cause stress to our dogs. And while this may not be an issue that you can immediately address, it is something that you can probably talk to your significant other or your family members about to say, hey, we need to change how we're acting in front of the dog. We need to change how we act and speak towards each other in the house. And, that might be a really tall order. I get it. But I've seen so many dogs freaked out by conflict among humans in the household. Intense relationships and conflict with other animals in the household certainly can cause stress. And this isn't just dog between dog. It could be dog-cat conflict, dog-bunny-rabbit conflict, whatever. But conflict among animals in the household is absolutely a cause of stress. How about a change in household activity? Maybe you have a couple of young toddlers when they're growing up, or you have toddlers that are getting older and their friends are starting to come over. Or you started hosting a lot of parties at your house and social gatherings. Any kind of change in household activity could be stressful for your dog. I'm not saying you have to stop your social activities at your household, but obviously you're going to need to work on your dog's behavior to make sure that you are minimizing the stress they experience from this increased activity in the household. And I can go on and on. There are a lot of things that cause stress, and I offered a couple of solutions already, and here's a few more that you might want to consider. You could play calming and relaxing music for your dog, and I'll throw a link up there. I have a whole playlist on calming and relaxing music for dogs with nice scenic landscapes, and other videos have pictures of puppies and dogs with easy listening music playing in the background. And there are plenty of natural calming supplements you can offer your dog, whether it's L-theanine or CBD or calming treats. There's a whole slew of them available to us nowadays. Giving your dog a quiet place where it can go, maybe a nice comfy crate, away from the craziness of the household, if that's one of your issues that is causing stress. A dog having a safe place can absolutely reduce stress and can give a dog an outlet to deal with the stress. Working on your personal relationships in the household. I know it's a tough one, but it is something that may need to change for the sake of the dog. I mean, heck, I see married people stay together for 30 years for the sake of the children. And they manage their relationship throughout that time for the most part. Can't we do that for our dogs for a few years? And who knows, maybe you'll be able to repair some relationships. But that human relationship and conflict in the household, it affects our dogs. It needs to be addressed, however that happens. And their basic needs not being met, obviously. Food, water, shelter, companionship, exercise, stimulation, all that stuff. Again, I mentioned this earlier, we're at day 6. A lot of this stuff should be addressed by now. Even though the 7-day challenge is going to help you to a more well-behaved dog, you may need more for your particular dog. Obviously, there's no one size fits all. So if that structured walk I talked about a few days ago isn't cutting it, you may need to add a couple of more structured walks. Add more stimulation to your dog's life. Make sure your dog's basic needs are being met. If time's an issue, I'm sorry, wake up 5 minutes earlier. Go to bed 5 minutes later. Maybe don't sit on your butt for 3 or 4 hours after you get home from work and watch TV. Allocate some of that time to tend to your dog's needs. You'd be surprised how much time we waste throughout each day, as busy as we think we are. We can always manufacture a little more time to help our dogs. And there are a lot of other things we can do to help minimize or completely eliminate stress from our dog's life. But I'm going to be covering that on day 7's tips. So I don't want to give too much away, but what we're talking about tomorrow on day 7 is certainly going to help you eliminate or at least minimize and reduce the amount of stress in your dog's home life. So we got 6 days in the books. Now, if you missed the previous 5 days, I'll throw the link up there to the playlist so you can catch up on these videos, and I hope you are implementing them all in your daily routine, and I hope it's going well. And any questions or comments, obviously hit me up on social media. You can drop a comment below as well. I'd be happy to answer any questions. In fact, I got a couple of questions on Facebook and Instagram already. People asking me, they're having some challenges especially with the walks and social situations. Obviously, I'm here to help you guys. That's why I'm doing these videos, so please feel free. And hey, if this is your first time here, take a peek around my channel. If you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. Click that bell so you get notified when I upload new content, and stay up to date on dog training, dog care, dog health, dog nutrition, dog whatever. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 7, our final day of the 7-day challenge.